walk me through with your game right now, being an advanced player, where is your short game at on like a 1 to 10 scale?
Short game 1 to 10 right now is probably at a 6. It's not where it used to be, and part of that's practice, just plain practice, just not having time to practice. But I feel like a lot of it's in my head, and I know it sounds like an excuse, but I truly feel like a lot of times I'm almost like yipping over the ball when I get to a point where I'm chipping, and it leads to bad things when I do it practice-wise, or if I do a couple practice swings that are really solid, and then I get over the ball, and it's like nerves take a toll there. So obviously the playing lesson I think is going to be important there. But I can tell you that I'm hitting the ball pretty well. I like where my swing's at, to be honest with you. I'm trying new things with trying to work the ball, making sure that I use both sides of the golf course, trying to be creative on the course, and trying to not just hope for a perfect shot every time, but try and hit like a intentional, deliberate shot.
And then being able to manage misses.
Correct. But hitting 10, 11, 12 greens and still shooting high 70s into the 80s, I've got to blame that on short game, and a lot of it is putting. I've worked on some putting things. We'll get there. I'll show you what I'm working on there. But chipping, it used to be such a strength, and it's just not anymore.
Is there okay? You said you've been hitting the ball, striking well during lesson 1 intro.
Yeah.
What is still your concern? Is it still overall that tempo?
So it's not just tempo in the golf swing, but that's a large part of it. It's tempo how I compose myself on the course. So when I get excited about things or frustrated about things, my pace usually quickens.
Okay.
Both ways it quickens. Quick is in my personality. I like to do things quickly, deliberately, and so I really want to slow how I walk, how I process, how I think about each shot, and really then that comes down to how I swing the club.
Okay, awesome.
So that's
what we'll definitely keep eyes on that and try to address some of those issues. But I get it. You hit a close shot on a par 3 or on a par 4, it's a tap, and you want to get in close to see how close it is.
Right.
So talk me through. You've said in our initial lesson that your full swing, you're very happy with where it is. You're striking the ball well.
Yeah.
It's more just translating it to the scoring aspect.
Yeah. Mentally, I just feel like the mental connection's not lost, but I'm just not seeing the results on the course. Some of it is the short game. We talked about that, but some is just not being able to translate. A good example would be like a par 3. As soon as I get to a par 3, I lose ball striking ability. Okay. And I don't know if it's just mentally seeing the ball on the tee, but then I try without the tee, and like it's just like a mental block. But even just hitting balls warming up, it felt fine.
Yeah.
So I think it's practice, consistency. What I'm really working on right now is more adaptability. So I'm trying to hit a cut now, so I can play both sides of the ball. I feel like my draw is out of control sometimes, and because of my swing path and really my arc angle, I'm not able to make great draw contact with a draw. I make better contact with a cut.
Yeah.
And so it's doing it, right?
Yeah. Well, and having that second type of shot to fall back on if your draw starts going awry, that's huge.
Yep.
For scoring especially during a tournament or just during a round. Draw's not working. You don't need to worry about bagging your driver. You can just start playing that fade that you're working on.
Kind of my plan, but getting over the mental block of it, because fade feels like slice, right? And so that scares me.
For the club fitting lesson, Mark and I discussed what the current makeup of his golf clubs were, how long he had them, whether or not they were fit to him, as well as what he did and did not like about them. His current makeup included a tailor-made M2 driver, hybrid, Mizuno JPX 919 irons with a C-Taper X shaft, as well as the Mizuno wedges. He had gotten fitted for these clubs and was looking to be getting new clubs later this year. So we used this club fitting lesson as a simple verification about what the best possible club makeup would be in order to better improve his game.
Where do you think the biggest shortfall is to cause that to be a 6.5 instead of like an 8?
Honestly, I'm not sure I'm reading greens right. And as silly as that sounds, I think I read them, place the ball and then I changed my mind within the stroke.
Okay.
And I think that's what kind of led to the yips and stuff. So I'm really trying to commit to whatever the line is, whether it's wrong or right, that's the line I hit.
Because then at least you know it's the read and
then
not
I know
the
it's
putt.
the read, not the putt. Because I think I've gotten into where I don't even know if it's the read or the putt because of how silly the stroke is, because I'm trying to guide it.
Okay.
I maybe a 7, to some degree, but I'm not making a lot of longer putts. When I say longer, 8 to 10 feet, I kind of feel like that's a 50% go range, 40% go range. I'm not making a ton of those. And,
Okay.
but I'm making the short ones now, and I wasn't making those before, so that's a good thing.